Chris. Good evening, good friends. This is like a family reunion, so we want you to be warmly welcomed, but also to know that we're here with friends, and the conversation will be rich, but also the opportunity to talk about people in front of and behind their backs will be great. There is such general hope and possibilities in this room. And part of that is because we're sitting amongst such amazing student leaders, both undergraduate and graduate student leaders who have been exceptional scholars and leaders, agents of change, people who may be on the precipice of graduating or finishing that Galdern thesis or dissertation. And I know it is both a joy to sit down to a meal, but maybe do it with some people who you absolutely adore. We're going to have an opportunity this evening to tell stories about you, and that will happen in part during the actual scripted part of the program. And we will talk about some of those lessons you've learned through failure and success and climbing magical mountains, and about how friends and compatriots and mentors made all of that possible. And we won't have a chance to tell all of the story. So one of the things that you will find in a little bit is that this program has an additional amount of information that's available in the biographies of our students that are being recognized this evening. And also, I invite you to call Grandma or Grandpa in Chicago and tell them that this program is being live streamed. If there's somebody that matters to you that won't be here, there'll be a QR code that comes up on the screen, and that's the way you can both connect with the live screen and also the live stream, but also with other things. I want you to also take time to talk with the people around you, and what I want you to make sure you do is that you honor the fact that maybe you brought a friend or a partner or a parent with you this evening. I want, before we begin the bulk of this program, to recognize none of us gets here alone. And so if we can take a minute, if you are one of those friends or partners or parents or siblings that came this evening in support of a student who's being recognized for their leadership, would you please stand for a moment so that we can applaud your great leadership as well? Please stand. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for taking all those phone calls and ushering those really important words all through the college career of your student. One of the things I'd love for you to know is that this institution is a part of a whole ethos of a place. It's not just our people, but it is the actual land we sit on. So if you wouldn't mind turning your attention with me to the land acknowledgement you're about to see.
Every community owes its existence and strength to the generations before them, around the world, who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy into making the history that led to this moment. Truth and acknowledgement are critical in building mutual respect and connections across all barriers of heritage and difference. So, we acknowledge the truth that is often buried. We are on the ancestral lands of the Piscataway people, who are the ancestral stewards of the sacred land. It is their historical responsibility to advocate for the four-legged, the winged, those that crawl, and those that swim. They remind us that clean air and pristine waterways are essential to all life. This land acknowledgement is a vocal reminder for each of us as two-leggeds to ensure our physical environment is in the better condition than what we inherited, for the health and prosperity of future generations. We also acknowledge that throughout our history, our university has not always lived up to our ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to building and celebrating a multicultural community. Please take a moment to consider these many legacies of bias, prejudice, violence, and settlement that bring us here today.
Thank you for your attention. Throughout tonight, we will be accompanied by Cheek to Cheek over there. And that music is a beautiful thing, brought to us by friends who formerly worked on campus and continue to come back, and friends who are new to the group, and you'll get a chance to hear how they weave music into the evening just to make it feel like we're at the Met Gala tonight. In addition, you will get a chance to hear sort of stories that accompany all of this. My name is Marcia Gensler Stevens. I'm just one piece of the puzzle. But here in the Stamp, we are really proud of the fact that every day students are part of our being. And you'll hear that from a number of people who represent their corners of the campus. But at this time, I'd love to introduce you to Patty Perillo. Dr. Perillo is the Vice President for Student Affairs, but probably one of the boldest and best advocates for students and their leadership. Patty Perillo.
Dr. Marcia Gensler Stevens is the director of the Stamp Student Union and has been the engineer and MC of this program for 25 years. Let us thank her. So as Marcia said, my name is Patty Perillo, and I have the joy and honor of serving as the Vice President for Student Affairs, and I'm here just to say welcome, welcome, welcome. What a joy it is to gather together tonight to celebrate our extraordinary students. You, our Terps, are the best of the best and the brightest of the brightest this world has to offer, and you give me hope for a better future for our world. On behalf of President Pines, who is with us, of course, this evening, my vice president colleagues, many who are here, deans, some of who are here, faculty and staff colleagues, we're especially grateful to welcome our families and our students. While Marcia already did this, I'm going to do it again because there's never enough time to honor and celebrate family members. So if you are a family member, please stand again as you are able. We want to say thank you again. Thank you for being such a significant, meaningful part of these Terps development. And thank you for sharing your terrapins with us. If you are a student who's been nominated, please stand as you are able. You, students, are the reason we are here, and we join your family and friends in celebrating you. Thank you. One of my favorite writers who writes about educational communities is Dr. Ernie Boyer. He says there are 6 principles of community that are necessary in educational environments, and I think all 6 of his principles manifest here at the University of Maryland, but I want to highlight 2 of them, specifically for this evening. He writes that communities need to be caring, a place where service to others is encouraged. Tonight, you are going to hear amazing stories about students who have served our community beautifully. And this award ceremony is one of the many ways that we underscore and encourage the need for our students to know that their lives can be and should be of service to others. We foster a community of doing good. And students, we certainly hope you know that we care about you. Boyer also writes that communities need to be celebrative, a place where rituals affirm traditions we shared. So for 45 years, we have gathered together to celebrate amazing students at the University Award Ceremony. This celebration is another way we strengthen our Terrabin community, a celebrative event with food, family, connections, awards, and honors. Students, I want you to know that my colleagues and I deeply value moments like this. We really look forward to ceremonies where your contributions are acknowledged and celebrated. We feel incredibly lucky to have spent the last 1, 4, 6 years with you, depending on where you are in your journey. Because journeying alongside of you, as you are becoming, is one of our greatest life blessings. Celebrating your triumphs and caring for you in your disappointments has been an honor. Witnessing the many ways that you have grown, developed, and learned has been a gift beyond measure. Our campus community and we as leaders are better because of you. Thank you. Similar to your families, we carry a deep sense of pride and joy for all that you've done and all that you are becoming. Being educators means we've been invited to be your partners during your years here. Thank you for letting us walk alongside you during this important passage of your lives. Terps, I know that if you are here, you are extraordinary. Think about this. There are 40,000 students at this campus, and you got an invitation to be here. Know that your nomination in and of itself is a tribute to your talents, wonder, and capacities. Some of you, our award recipients, will take your good works and continue to share that indomitable Maryland spirit with the world after you graduate. Congratulations on this milestone, and go out and serve the world, because the world needs your talents. Others of you will remain on campus and continue to do your good work. Remember, we look forward to being your partners still. We are proud of you. We're proud of your contributions to this university. Thank you for a job well done. And remember to engage inquisitively, practice compassion, act with courage, and lead with justice on this campus and beyond. And I want to leave you tonight with one of my favorite leadership and service quotes, because it's my deepest hope that all of our students learn this. Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. You Terps are destined for great things, as long as you continue to serve others, do good, and be good. Have a wonderful evening of celebration.
I want to give you permission to eat throughout this whole thing, because why just recognize great leaders, but why not also fill your body and your soul? So if you started your salad, you're just fine. But we're about to take a little bit of a seventh inning stretch here, and I'll tell you why. If the Big Show teaches you the victory song, complete with all the hand motions, then in some ways the alma mater becomes one of those beautiful things that reminds us of where we are and why it matters to us. So this evening, I'm going to invite us all to get up, and you may know this song and you sing out loud and proud, but we will be led in this song by senior theater major Drew Okoye. Drew is a remarkable person who not only studied theater but psychology, double major from Silver Spring. They have performed in 5 main stage productions in the School of Theater, Dance, and Performing Studies, and will continue to do theater and musical theater after graduation. So look at this name, because you'll want to remember it and be like, oh, I know him. I know them. I know them. So leading us in the alma mater, but we're all going to stand up and sing it along. Drew, take it away. Thank you, Drew. Thank you for singing along. Those of you graduating, you'll get a chance to do that again at graduation. Now you know it really well. I will introduce you to a posse of presenters who will come up one after the other and present awards again throughout the meal. We'll take a quick break after salads to plate your main course, and you'll get a little chance to introduce yourself at the table and maybe catch up on what time people are moving or whatever is the issue at your table. But I begin by introducing some extraordinary campus leaders, and that will be the norm tonight. Wonderful faculty, staff, administrators, and student leaders. Our first three presenters. Ms. Ela Jalil is president of Omicron Delta Kappa. She's a dual degree student in journalism, philosophy, politics, and economics. And Ela will be followed by Sarah Williamson, who, if you're looking at your program, will play the part of James McShay and her own great part. Sarah is the Assistant Director of Administrative Operations and the Vice President for Student Affairs area, and she's co-advisor for Omicron Delta Kappa. And they will be followed by Dr. Bill Cohen, Associate Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Studies. Ela, come on up.
Every year, the University of Maryland community is enhanced with the addition of talented first-year students. This year's freshman class represents some of the brightest and most engaged scholar leaders the institution has ever admitted. With this award, Omicron Delta Kappa honors first-year students who have contributed to the university community across ODK's 5 pillars of campus life, which includes scholarship, athletics, campus and community service, social and religious activities, and campus governance, journalism, speech in the mass media, and in the creative and performing arts. I am pleased to introduce the top 10 freshmen for 2026. As I announce each of the winners, I ask that you join me on the stage. Alexander Allen is a College Park scholar from Bethesda, Maryland, studying information science. This president of Cumberland Hall and RHA frequently represents youth perspectives on mental health panels and regularly testifies on state legislation. Alex is also an AV technician in STAMP and founded a jazz band called Swing Set. Rima Ayosh is a neuroscience major and president scholar in the Integrated Life Science Honors College. She's a research assistant in the Heart Lab, founder and impact grant recipient for STORY, honors ambassador, outreach officer at International Youth Neuroscience Association, musician and conversation partner and calligraphy instructor at UMD's Roshan Institute. Chase Baldwin is an aerospace engineering major from Orisburg, Pennsylvania. This president scholar is a member of the University Honors and Quest Honors Program. He actively participates across 13 student organizations, serving as executive board member for Engineers Without Borders and treasurer for club basketball, while additionally conducting research in ocean energy. Harshita Daso is a pre-law psychology major and global terrorism studies minor from Fremont, California. A Dean's List recipient, she's a Psych 221 teaching assistant, crisis text volunteer, hospitality chair for Marilyn Minza, and dancer with UMD Entourage. Currently, she's researching cyber fraud and cyber terrorism trends with a tech consultancy firm. Aditi Desai is a neurobiology and physiology major in the Integrated Life Science Honors Program from Timonium, Maryland. She's an organic chemistry teaching assistant and serves on the ILS Leadership Council. She volunteers as an EMT in Baltimore and PG County and conducts stem cell research for organ transplantation at UMMC. Utkarsh Mansoorwale is a finance and information systems major from Sykesville, Maryland in the Quest Honors Program. This business society entrepreneurship scholar serves as an associate director in Snyder Consulting Group, an academy associate in the Smith Investment Fund, and co-brotherhood director of Delta Sigma Pi, while contributing to outreach with HC Drug Free. Emma Martin is a government and politics major from Parkton, Maryland. This Honors Global Challenges and Solutions student serves as co-director for the UMD SGA Transportation and Infrastructure Committee and chairs UMD's Facilities Student Advisory Subcommittee. She serves Maryland's 2nd Congressional District as a legislative intern for Congressman Olszewski. Emily Noonan is a public policy and journalism double major from Timonium, Maryland. This civic engagement for social good scholar serves as a Bridge UMD leader and a legislator for UMD SGA. She serves as a member of Kappa Omega Alpha, the public policy fraternity, and as head of People for Digital for Good, a digital safety nonprofit. Aisiri Prasad is a computer science student in the ACES Honors College and a Banneker Key Scholar from Frederick, Maryland. At UMD, she is involved in Alpha Omega Epsilon, BitCamp, the CMNS Ambassadors Program, Honors Ambassadors, and Indian Student Association. Beyond academics, she leads iSeries Art, collaborating with nationwide clients. Alina Urina is a first-generation college student, management major, and Prince George's County native. She serves as the first-year representative in the UMD SGA and director of marketing for the Women's Empowerment Institute. She's the founder of Alina Study Hub, promoting educational equity and student success for over 1,000 users across the globe. Congratulations, ODK Top 10 Freshmen for 2026.
Each year, the members of Omicron Delta Kappa select a group of outstanding sophomore leaders to honor for their contributions of leadership, scholarship, and service. Applying the same principles of membership for ODK, a group of finalists is identified that represents the best of the sophomore class. As I tell you about each finalist, I ask them to join me on stage. Raj Bansali is a public health science and finance major from Rockville, Maryland. This College Park Scholar student founded the School of Public Health Undergraduate Research Journal, serves on the executive board of the Food Recovery Network, and advocates for individuals with developmental disabilities through policy and community research. Taryn Reinhart is a public policy major from Annapolis, Maryland. This Banneker Key Scholar is on Gemstone Team Agua and is a teaching assistant for the Gemstone and Policy departments. She also tutors history and chemistry. She interned at the Maryland General Assembly this spring and serves as the Director of Academic Affairs for SGA and facilitates Policy 288I. Priya Tyagi is a computer science major and philosophy minor from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. A Gemstone Honors Program researcher, she conducts robotics research with Team Hydra and computational biology research in the Department of Bioengineering. She serves as Director of Research and Technology for SGA, is a Terrapin Think Tank Fellow, and works as an emergency medical technician. Let's give a round of applause to our finalists. The recipient of the 2026 ODK Sophomore Leader of the Year is Priya Tyagi. Congratulations, Priya. I know, my dress is sparkling so much today. Thank you, Priya. Each year, the Sigma Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society also selects one of its members as Leader of the Year. This person competes on both the regional and national level for the very prestigious award of ODK National Leader of the Year. Thanks to the very generous support of the ODK president from 1937 to 1938, we named the Leader of the Year award the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, after the late Colonel Schutz, who was an exceptional supporter of the Sigma Circle of ODK for over 75 years and a regular attendee at this banquet until his passing in 2013. This year's recipient is Ela Jalil. Won't you join me on stage while I share a bit about you with the audience? Ela is from Potomac, Maryland, and is completing a dual degree in journalism and philosophy, politics, and economics. This honors global challenges and solutions student serves as the ODK president and deputy engagement editor at the Diamondback. She's also served as a tour guide, global fellow, and reporter for the Capitol News Service. After graduation, she'll be interning at the Investigative Reporting Workshop and Washington Post and hopes to become a business data journalist. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the Colonel J. Logan Schutz Omicron Delta Kappa Leader of the Year, Ela Jalil.
Good evening. I'm Bill Cohen. I'm Associate Provost and Dean for Undergraduate Studies. It is a great pleasure to join you this evening. Thank you, Marcia. And wow, I'm feeling a little intimidated by those freshmen and sophomores. Incredible. Well, it is my great honor to, first of all, introduce you to the William E. Kirwan Award, which is named for Britt Kirwan, as he's known, who served as president of the University of Maryland from 1988 until 1998. After serving as president of The Ohio State University, Britt returned to his home at the University of Maryland to then serve as chancellor of the University System of Maryland through his retirement in 2015. I just have to tell you as an aside, I was at an event last week seated next to President Kirwan, and he is truly an exceptional man. Those of you who know him know that he is every bit as energetic and vigorous and dedicated to student success as he has always been. This award in his name is presented to a member of the junior class who has exhibited outstanding leadership and commitment to the university community. A panel of faculty, staff, and alumni judged the applications for this award, and they suggested that this group was truly extraordinary. We honor all of the junior class leaders who've been involved in student organizations and the community and who have contributed to campus diversity, all while maintaining their academic performance. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about our award winner as I invite the winner to the stage. Amrita Abilili is an integrated life sciences honors college pre-med student pursuing a double degree in neuroscience and Spanish with data science minor. Born in a rural town in Southeast India, she has witnessed healthcare disparities firsthand and strives to serve minority communities through research, policy advocacy, and dance. Amrita reflects on her leadership at Maryland by saying, and here I quote from her application, "Leadership is not about having the loudest voice, but the courage to amplify a vision that matters." Ultimately, she writes, "My identity is a mosaic of these translations. I am a Kuchipudi dancer, a health policy advocate, a Spanish translator for rural clinics, and a peer mental health supporter. I've strived to bridge the gap between clinical reality and legislative action, between cultural isolation and artistic empowerment. As I aspire to pursue a career in medicine, I'm committed to leadership, ensuring that hidden narratives become the catalysts for reform. To me," she writes, "leadership is the art of translation. It is taking the raw, often silenced pain of marginalized communities and translating it into policy art, and action. Congratulations, Amrita. I guess the juniors are pretty impressive too, right? Next, we have the Sarah Winnemucca Award, which is named in honor of Paiute activist, educator, and author Sarah Winnemucca and her tireless dedication in advocating for the rights of Native American communities. The award is presented to a member of the University of Maryland undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to Native American, Indian, and Indigenous communities. Our winner this year is Lenali Miyamoto. Lenali, please join me on stage as I share a bit about you with the audience. Lenali is an information science major with a minor in global terrorism studies. She serves as president of the Native American and Indigenous Students Union, a data reporter for the Diamondback, and a student consultant at the iConsultancy. She leads with service rooted in community, guided by history, and oriented toward a future that is welcoming of Indigenous students. I'm going to quote again, this time from Lenali's application essay, where she writes, Sarah Winnemucca spent her life bridging worlds, advocating fiercely for her people while navigating institutions that were not built with them in mind. I see that same tension in my own experience at UMD. I have learned to move through spaces not designed for me while never losing sight of why I am here, to make them more hospitable for the Indigenous students who come next. That is the through line of my leadership career, not ambition for its own sake, but service rooted in community, guided by history, and oriented toward a future where Indigenous students at the University of Maryland never have to fight as hard to simply belong. Congratulations, Lenali, on as recipient of this year's Sarah Winnemucca Award. The third award, it's my privilege to announce, is the La Raza Unida Award, which translates as the People United. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Latine student community at the University of Maryland and to the advancement of broader Latine communities beyond the campus. Individuals considered for this award also advance the general interest of the university. This year's recipient of the 2026 La Raza Unida Award is Manuel Alejandro Custodio. Unfortunately, Manuel couldn't be here with us this evening. He was detained. Oh, he is here. Hooray. I was misinformed. Congratulations. Manuel is a first-generation microbiology and public health double major interested in the intersection of science and community health. As president of the Coalition of Latinx Student Organizations and a research assistant in family health, Manuel is passionate about the betterment of the Latine community on and off UMD's campus. Quoting from the award recipient's application, as president, my ultimate goal for Latino students in Maryland is to form a safe space. Aside from creating a safe space via community, I've contributed to the physical space for students within the Unity Center. I've been able to aid in the development and creation of the Vista Room, which represents and honors the contributions of Latinos at Maryland and is a reminder that future generations will bring about a better future. I have made an effort to have an impact on my community at UMD, from cultural extracurriculars to academics. I've not only strived for greatness for myself, but have exhibited an unwavering passion and support for the advancement and greater good of the communities I've been able to build here. Congratulations, Manuel.
So, this is where your salad plates get pulled, and you're reminded, did you eat your greens? Thank you for those of you who did. For others of you, dessert's coming. I am so grateful to my colleagues in dining services who provided the food for this evening and make the magic happen as plates come and go. And particularly tonight, so grateful to Sabina, who is the captain of this ship. So thank you, Sabina. All right. Woo woo! You saw Ty taking a lot of photos, but I loved Manuel's family because they were taking photos as he was coming off the stage. You feel free to crowd around Ty to take photos if that works for you, because being proud means you got to come forward and take photos. So photos are always welcome. Ty's not the only one taking them, but Ty's photos will appear on Monday, that is tomorrow, for you to look at and to seize and to send to people that you love. I'm going to introduce the two folks in the back of the room, and they'll be somewhat embarrassed because they don't usually get introduced because they are in the back. But Rob Gawain and Chris Hegwood are back there running the lights, the screens, the slides, everything like that. I will tell you two quick things about those folks. They've worked in the stand for over 20 years each. And this is all new lighting and crazy screens and projectors, and we get to do amazing things, but they get it all done. So thank you to both of you. Our stage helpers, and you saw the first of those stage helpers tonight. There'll be two different folks switching back and forth. Latrell Cook was just up for the first part, and so Sophia Vallandigham is the person who's on stage now and will be here for Act 2. They will be joined by a litany of folks on the ground doing all kinds of things. Martha, Nishi, Kaylin, Braylon, Ocheke, Ilker. So all of those folks have worked to make sure things happen appropriately. So here's what I'd love for you to do. Introduce yourself to folks at your table. Take a moment to take a deep breath. Catch up on how you're doing. Give each other a moment, if you need to run over to another table and say, oh my gosh, my long-lost friend. Do that because we're going to let folks plate your main course, and then we'll come back and present the next presenter. Good friends, some of you are still awaiting your plates. Don't you worry, it's coming. Thank you, Cheek to Cheek, for giving us background music and beautiful music to just be dancing from table to table with. We are so blessed in our next set of presenters to have the one and only Dr. Andrea Goodwin, who is the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, but also the Dean of Students. This remarkable person who helps to keep us all whole. And I am ever so grateful to her for the work she does on behalf and with students and their families and their faculty. This compassionate, resourceful, tireless, divinely dear person is going to present a number of awards in her segment. And you keep eating. She said it's just perfectly fine, and you keep serving, and that's good too.
Good evening. It's wonderful to see so many of you out there. Congratulations to all of the winners so far. You're going to hear from me for a few minutes. I have several awards to present, and I will start with the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award. This award honors and recognizes an outstanding member of the Graduate Student Government Representative Assembly. The award is given to an assembly member who has gone above and beyond the call in discharging their duties while representing the needs and the interests of graduate students. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award is Julian Livingston. Would you please join me on stage, Julian? Julian is a first-year master's student studying higher education policy in the College of Education at the University of Maryland. He serves as a master's representative for the College of Education Senate and as an EDHI representative for the Graduate Student Government. His interests and advocacy efforts focus on graduate civic engagement, community advocacy, LGBTQ+ advocacy, and advancing diversity within the U.S. education system. Congratulations, Julian, on the Outstanding Graduate Student Assembly Member Award. One of the most prestigious of our senior awards, the Lord O'Leary Award, is presented to a senior class student who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community at the University of Maryland and the general interest of the university. Named for author and activist Audre Lorde and the late University of Maryland professor of theater, Ron O'Leary, this award recognizes some of the university's finest student leaders. This year's recipient is Danielle Martin. Let's welcome Danielle to the stage. Danielle is a senior majoring in biology and Spanish and minoring in LGBT studies. They are an active leader in UMD's LGBTQ+ student groups, offering educational and social programs that connect diverse communities and interests. After graduation, Danielle will be doing clinical work that continues their interest in equity in the medical sphere for LGBTQ+ and multilingual populations. Quoting from Danielle's application, "Through my leadership work with Pride Alliance, I've learned an incredible amount of information about how to best plan events to be successful in many ways. One way to measure success is through the positive impact each and every event has for the community. While my style of leadership may be considered more, quote, behind the scenes, end quote, I love to sit in the audience and engage with other students and community members, especially incoming students who are witnessing through their affirming events that their identities and experiences are not just valid, but celebrated. Won't you join me in congratulating the winner of the 2026 Lord O'Leary Award, Danielle Martin. Congratulations. Each spring semester, the members of the Greek community recognize one of their own as the Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year. This year's winner is David Romero. I invite you to join me on stage as I share some of your credentials, David. David is a civil engineering student on the project management track from Tacoma Park, Maryland. He is a member of La Unidad Latina, Lambda Upsilon Lambda Fraternity Incorporated, and has served as his chapter vice president, chapter president, and most recently, recruitment and community service chair. Beyond his chapter, he has worked to build bridges across the fraternity and sorority community as vice president of community relations for the Multicultural Greek Council. He is a Clark Scholar in the A. James Clark School of Engineering and serves as the president of the Campus Equity Collective and is a member of the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. Congratulations to the winner of the 2026 Order of Omega Greek Leader of the Year Award, David Romero. The Vera Cruz Kochiyama Award is named after labor activist Philip Vera Cruz and civil rights activist Yuri Kochiyama. This prestigious award is presented to a member of the senior class who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the Asian Pacific Island and Desi American community at the University of Maryland and the general interest of the university. An extraordinary group of student leaders was considered by faculty, staff, and alumni committee, and we are pleased to present this award this evening. The 2026 Vera Cruz Kochiyama Award recipient is Matthew Ujodu. Please join me on stage. Oh, I'm sorry, I think Matthew is not here. Matthew is a senior public health science and cell biology and molecular genetics dual degree student from Rockville, Maryland. He hopes to earn an MD and PhD degree to apply epigenetics and genetic epidemiology research to medicine, advocacy, and policy to reduce chronic disease disparities and support universal healthcare for all. Citing from Matthew's essay, being a queer Afro-Indo-Caribbean American interested in public health research advocacy, I came to UMD in the hopes of forging bonds within and between the Black, Asian, multiracial, queer advocacy and research communities on campus. Having risen the ranks of leadership within several student organizations on this campus, I can safely say that I have enriched those communities just as much as they have enriched me. My work expanding event planning and logistics, community organizing and education, political and scientific literacy, coalition building, forming solidarity on advocacy issues, and more on this campus have all been facets of my main impact on this campus. Creating third spaces where marginalized students, both APITA and non-APITA, feel emboldened to create, critically think, educate, and advocate in coalition. Congratulations to Matthew. And I've got one more award, and I'm pleased to present the Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award. The Counseling Center Award for Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy is to acknowledge a University of Maryland College Park undergraduate student who has demonstrated commitment to college student mental health and wellness through their academic, co-curricular, and/or social activities on campus. Students selected for this award have engaged in a variety of activities that promote mental health awareness, help-seeking education, and/or stigma reduction. Their work reaches a broad demographic and embraces values of diversity, inclusiveness, and social justice. Won't you join me in congratulating the 2026 Student Wellness and Mental Health Advocacy Award recipient, Varun Deshpande. Please join me on stage as I introduce you to the audience. Varun is a public health science major from Glenwood, Maryland. He is the co-director of the Student Government Association Health and Wellness Committee, the Public Relations Chair for National Marrow Donor Program, a former member of the School of Public Health Inaugural Dean's Undergraduate Student Advisory Committee, and a research assistant in the Moore Lab. Congratulations, Varun.
You had to do it. Our next presenters are terrific people. But before we bring the first of those individuals up, I want to do a quick polling. You've heard about how many of our award recipients are amazing researchers. So here is our evening research. This is so that Dr. Pines will have a good assessment of how many of you are fearless. So, by a show of standing bodies, if you have at least 1 degree or from the University of Maryland, would you please stand? This is good. All right, now, remain standing. Does anyone that's standing now have 2 degrees for the University of Maryland? Please keep standing. Oh, this is good. This is like a family reunion. You're almost ready to have 3 next week. Anybody have 3? We're counting on you, my friend. MPs is defending a dissertation this week. So that is what we will all hope is on you, Em. All hope on you. We are so grateful to all of you who've shared your child, your friend, your best of best with us, and we are the beneficiaries of that greatness. And for some of you, it was informed by the kind of academic work and the sort of rigorous leadership you led when you were here. Our next set of presenters are presenting a wide variety of awards, but also making us humbled by how fabulous you are. You'll get a chance to meet Mr. Jay Rossello, who's Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel at the university. I have to tell you, he is a person you want to call, and you not only find great legal advice, but a compassionate soul at the other end of the line. We'll also be joined by Ms. Emily Shoemaker, who is the president of the Residence Halls Association, an amazing advocate for the over 10,000 students who reside on the campus in residential communities. And finally, we'll be joined in this segment by Mr. Matt Smale, who is the Deputy Athletic Director and Chief Financial Officer in Intercollegiate Athletics, also did a degree at the University of Maryland, which we are so proud of, and has come home. What a joy to have them. And Jay, you're on deck.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Marcia, for those very kind words. As Marcia mentioned, my name is Jay Rossello, and I'm the Vice President for Legal Affairs here at the university, and I'm delighted to be with all of you tonight. The Mary McLeod Bethune Award is presented to a senior class member who has contributed most significantly to the advancement of the African American student community and the general interest of the University of Maryland. One of the most valued senior prizes, this award recognizes leaderships in all areas of the campus community. The selection committee of faculty and staff members suggested that this was an exceptionally talented group of senior leaders. The recipient of the 2026 Mary McLeod Bethune Award is Naomi Nicholas. I invite Naomi to join me on stage. Naomi is a senior Philip Merrill Presidential Scholar majoring in English Language and Literature. She is Vice President of the Black Pre-Law Association and a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority, Inc. She is heavily involved in community service and promoted campus efforts to expand mentorship and professional development opportunities. Quoting from our award recipient's application, "My leadership career at the University of Maryland has been rooted in service and support for the African American student community. Across every role I have held, my focus has not simply been on hosting events, but on strengthening institutions and creating sustainable spaces that center Black students' academic, professional, and personal development. Collectively, my leadership has advanced the interests of African American students by strengthening organizational infrastructure, expanding mentorship and professional development pipelines, and creating affirming spaces for cultural celebration and dialogue. I have worked to ensure that Black students at UMD are not only visible in moments of celebration, but supported in their academic journeys, professional aspirations, and community impact." Congratulations to Naomi Nicholas, recipient of the 2026 Mary McLeod Bethune Award. The Christopher Carey Customer Service Award recognizes a student employee who has demonstrated exceptional customer service to others through dining operations across the campus. This award is named for Chris Carey, who was a student employee of dining services and worked at Mulligan's, the golf course restaurant. Each day that he came to work, Chris captured the essence of what is valued in the dining services department. This award, named in Chris's memory, is a way of encouraging all employed in the University of Maryland dining services to strive for the same goals, to do so with pride, and always with Chris's great smile. Chris's parents, Mike and Linda Carey, are here this evening. Won't you please stand and let us recognize you, Mr. and Mrs. Carey. As I introduce the recipient of this award, Daylin Morales Zabaleta, I ask her to join me on stage. Daylin is a biology major who works as a lab assistant while also serving as a student manager with the UMD catering team, where she has contributed for the past 4 years. In this leadership role, She coordinates events of all sizes, taking on significant responsibility with professionalism and care. Beyond campus, Daylin volunteers at a local hospital and is actively involved in environmental campaigns, reflecting her strong commitment to service and sustainability. She is widely recognized across campus for her professionalism, warmth, and exceptional leadership. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2026 Chris Carey Customer Service Award, Daylin Morales Zabaleta. The Camille Rashbat Memorial Award for the Outstanding Member of the Student Judiciary is given to the person in the university student judiciary who, through his or her service, most exemplifies the ideals of truth, honesty, integrity, empathy, and compassion. The award is named in memory of Camille Rashbat, who served on the student judiciary as a member and as a presiding officer of the Honor Council from 1997 to 1998. Camille died suddenly in October 1998 from complications due to cancer treatment. This award is given with its name thanks to a generous gift from Camille's family. As I introduce our recipient, Shulamit Frankel, I ask her to join me on stage. Shulamit is a senior studying criminology and criminal justice with minors in demography and global poverty. She is a student leader involved in advisory boards, honor societies, cultural organizations, academic initiatives, and student government. Shuli has held multiple positions with the university student judiciary to include presiding officer, resident board, and honor council member. After graduation, she plans to attend law school and pursue a career in child advocacy. Join me in applauding the winner of the 2026 Camille K. Rashbat Memorial Award, Shulamit Frankel.
Over 90% of our first-year students and thousands of upper-class students live in University of Maryland residence halls, apartments, and public-private partnership facilities. Unlike any other connection, students often find that their initial sense of community at the University of Maryland is with the residents of their floor or the members of their hall council. Talented resident assistants who serve as role models, programmers, peer councils, resource people, and engaged leaders nurture this sense of community. I would like to introduce you to the 2026 Resident Assistant of the Year, Casey Pham. As I introduce you, won't you step forward and join me on the stage? Casey Pham is a senior from La Plata, Maryland, majoring in biology and information science with a minor in paleobiology. She completed the Life Sciences Scholars Program and worked in an entomology lab on campus. Casey positively impacts students through her roles as a TA for information studies and a tutor for college success scholars. As a resident assistant and RA team lead, she supports students, mentors fellow RAs, and makes the South Hill community a fantastic place to live and learn. In 1983, the union at the University of Maryland was named for Adele H. Stamp, the Dean of Women at the University of Maryland from 1922 until 1966. In recognition of her many contributions to the university community, the Stamp annually presents an award to an undergraduate or graduate student who has worked to further similar causes. The individual receiving this award also receives a cash prize. I would like to invite the recipient of the 2026 Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award, Rohita Krishnakumar. Please join me on stage as I share a bit about you to the audience. Rohita is an international business major with a minor in nonprofit leadership. She has held multiple positions with student event entertainment services to include venue and technical director, as well as her current role as C president. Rohita is passionate about student advocacy and community development and hopes to pursue a career in law where she can continue advancing equity and representation. Congratulations, Rohita, winner of the 2026 Adele H. Stamp Student Memorial Award.
Good evening. Every good award show needs an accounting firm, and I think that's actually why I was asked to be a speaker this evening. So representing the Smith School Accountants, I will happily accept the invite, so thank you for that. But no, I'm Matt Smale. I'm a Deputy Athletic Director, Chief Financial Officer in our athletic department, and I'm very excited to present my first award tonight, which is the Student Athlete of the Year Award. The Department of Intercollegiate Athletics Student Athlete of the Year Awards are presented to an outstanding male and female intercollegiate athlete. This award holds up the extraordinary leaders who embody the characteristics of the best definition of a student athlete, or those individuals who can combine academic excellence, leadership on the field of competition and on campus, as well as athletic excellence. As I introduce you to our two recipients, I ask them to join me on stage. Corey Edmondson is from Severn, Maryland, and is a dynamic midfielder for our Maryland women's lacrosse team, combining elite performance with academic excellence as a criminal justice major, holding a 3.57 GPA, a three-time academic All-Big Ten honoree from 2023 to 2025. She has emerged as one of the nation's top players, earning 2025 Big Ten Midfielder of the Year and multiple All-American distinctions. A member of Team USA, Edmondson was a 2025 Twarton Top 25 finalist and entered 2026 on the Twarton watch list and as a preseason first-team All-American. Off the field, she is engaged in Maryland's Leadership Academy, reflecting her commitment to growth, leadership, and impact beyond the game. Let's give a hand to Corey. And while he couldn't be here this evening, Will Schaller from Bel Air, Maryland, is a standout defender for Maryland men's lacrosse and a three-time academic All-Big Ten selection, also from 2023 to 2025. Balancing elite performance with a 3.437 GPA as a philosophy, politics, and economics major, a 2025 USILA first-team All-American, he earned Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year honors and helped lead Maryland to the NCAA All-Tournament team. Schaller's impact extends beyond the field through community engagement, including career night with the CIA and involvement with Team Impact and 15 for Life. His leadership, resilience, and commitment to service define both his collegiate career and future aspirations. And just this week, both of those individuals were named the Big Ten Medal of Honor Award recipients, which is the conference's highest recognition. So that is not in my notes, but I do want to recognize that. And so congratulations to Corey and Will. Next up is the James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Awards. The James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Award honors the former men's intramural sports director, Jim Kehoe, and the former women's intramural sports director, Ethel Kessler. Both of these individuals served for a combined 45 years. This award is presented by University Recreation and Wellness to an undergraduate or graduate student who has provided the highest degree of leadership and service to the recreational needs of the university community. Let me introduce you to the recipient as they join me on stage. Amari Harrington. Amari is a senior information science major from Bowie, Maryland. Throughout his time at Maryland, Amari has worked closely with the intramural sports and club sports programs at Recwell, training hundreds of student officials, reviving the Maryland Student Officials Association, and earning All-American honors as the intramural sports official in multiple sports. Bless you for wanting to be an official. Amari plans to continue working in college recreation upon graduation. Won't you join me in congratulating 2026 James H. Kehoe and Ethel Kessler Award winner, Amari Harrington. Congratulations. Next up is the Spirit of Maryland Awards. The Spirit of Maryland Awards are presented annually in lieu of a traditional homecoming king or queen honoree to two members of the senior class who, through their achievements, have most exemplified the spirit of the University of Maryland. Criteria for the award include outstanding scholarship, leadership, campus involvement, community service, and communication skills. This award is presented annually in the fall semester during homecoming celebrations. But let us congratulate these two recipients by having them stand to be recognized. Congratulations once again to Ashley Morales and Michael O'Neill, our 2025 Spirit of Maryland Award recipients. Next up, the William L. Thomas Student Government Association Award. The Student Government Association presents the William L. Thomas Award annually. For 27 years, the late Bud Thomas served as Vice President for Student Affairs. Bud was at so many of these award banquets, so we remember his rich life and legacy by seeking to advance the causes that were important to Bud, including leadership and student governance. This award recognizes individuals who have directly contributed to the Student Government Association and its constituents. Let me tell you about this year's recipient of the 2026 William L. Thomas Award winner, Zayad Khan, as I ask him to join me on stage. Zayad is a senior computer science major with a minor in data science and serves as the Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences academic representative on the Student Government Association. In this role, he works to represent student concerns, improve communication between students and administration, and support efforts that enhance the academic experience. He is a reliable and engaged member of the SGA who contributed thoughtfully to the work of the organization. Congratulations, Zayad Khan.
So, what I'm in awe of is how many student leaders probably were doing amazing things yesterday and the day before and the day before that, whether you're playing in Big Ten tournaments or you were hosting a 10,000-person concert in the Xfinity Center on Friday night, the largest ever concert in the Xfinity Center. So there you go, my friend. Rohita can claim that one. I want to thank the award selection committees. Some of these awards, as you heard, are selected by faculty, staff, students. Some are selected with the help of alumni, and all of them come together because they're inspired by what they see in the applications of all the award nominees and or folks who applied for the various awards. So thank you, thank you. If there are any of you in the audience tonight, and I know there are a number of you, who participated on one or more award selection committees, would you please stand? We are really grateful to the faculty, staff, deans, department chairs, senior administrators, who all come together because they want to be both congratulatory towards the exceptional people in our community, but also they are pretty darn inspired by who you are, and that keeps them going to continue to do the good work. If you are a faculty or a staff member on campus, an administrator, would you please stand so that we can thank you for your presence and participation? Now, some of the awards have a place on the Wall of Honor right outside of this area in the stamp, and those were not engraved on the wall before tonight because we wouldn't want to blow some of the surprises, but they will be up by graduation, suitable for family photos. So that will happen before we get to graduation in a few weeks. The other piece I would say is we're going to take a slight break here. If you've been good, they're going to serve you dessert. And I'll also give you a moment to step and repeat and take a photo with your favorite award nominee or recipient, or I'll tell you there are bathrooms out the back and front door. So we're going to take exactly 10 minutes, so do it. You all did really good with recess. You took your break. Now you're staring at, believe it or not, there are very few states that have a state dessert. But the state of Maryland has one, and it's a Smith Island cake, and you are now eating the state dessert. It's really good. Our next presenters include Dhruva Marani, who is the president of the Student Government Association, also a member of the Board of Regents, and was the liaison to the City of College Park City Council, and they've all benefited from his leadership. Dhruva will be followed by Dr. Georgina Dodge, who is Vice President of Belonging, and I have to tell you, as a point of personal privilege, she is a military veteran and has been an extraordinary person on the university's Veteran Services Steering Committee, which is a gift to all of us. And she will be followed by Dr. Stephen Roth, who is the Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, just an extraordinary advocate for graduate students, and I am so grateful to call him a friend. Bring it on down, Dhruva.
Thank you, Marcia. The Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor Award is presented to a University of Maryland faculty or staff member who has provided outstanding service as an advisor to a campus student organization. This advisor is an integral part of the success of student organizations, and they contribute to the growth and development of individual students in the organization. They are considered a role model. This award is named after the former Vice President for Student Affairs and past student group advisor who provided exemplary leadership to the UMD campus community and whose strong support for student organizations is one of her most significant legacies. The 2026 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization is Daniel Ostick. Daniel, will you please join me on stage? Daniel serves as the interim advisor for the Residence Hall Association, or RHA, while also working full-time as an assistant director for student and staff development in resident life. Over the past 2 years, he has remained a constant and deeply engaged presence, attending weekly executive meetings and bi-weekly Senate meetings. Daniel provides consistent guidance, resources, and encouragement to student leaders, helping to foster both organizational success and individual confidence. Here's what Daniel's nominator wrote about him. RHA's advisor is typically a full-time role, and when Daniel first took over last year, we were told that we may not receive the exact same level of involvement due to Daniel's other responsibilities at UMD, but we've never felt that absence. In fact, when I was elected, Daniel was one of the only people who was able to provide me with not just the materials, but the confidence to lead my exec board to success. I owe so much of our success to him, not just because he's competent and wise, but also because he is kind and willing to support us no matter what. Without him, we wouldn't have attempted half our projects this year, and we would have succeeded at even fewer. Congratulations, Daniel Ostick, the 2026 Linda Clement Outstanding Advisor for a Student Organization.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Georgina Dodge, the Vice President for Belonging, and I'm delighted to be here with you tonight to recognize outstanding students. The Nimburo Cultural Center serves as a community and cultural center for all members of the campus community. Each year, the center presents 2 awards. The John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award is presented in honor of John Slaughter, who served as Chancellor of the University from 1982 to 1988. This award is presented to a senior who has been active on the campus in support of issues related to the African diaspora, has been an advocate for the needs of students and has an outstanding academic career. Devontae Boswell, won't you join me on stage, please? This year's recipient is a senior pursuing a degree in kinesiology with a focus on athletic management and sports media, along with minors in nonprofit leadership and sociology, an overachiever. He serves as co-president of the University of Maryland NAACP, vice president of the Black Student Union, and president of Rhythm Riders. Let me say that right, Rhythm Riders. Devontae has also held the title of Mr. Black Student Union for the 2024-2025 school year. He runs his content creation brand, Vontae Visions, and works as an intern with Miles Ahead Sports Marketing and for Maryland Athletics. This Nimburo student ambassador is passionate about building community and creating impact at the intersection of sports, media, and culture. Won't you please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of the winner of the John B. Slaughter Outstanding Senior Award, Devontae Boswell. The second award presented by the Nimburo Cultural Center is the J. Otis Williams Memorial Award. This award honors the late Otis Williams, who served as the director of the Nimburo Cultural Center. This award recognizes a student who has demonstrated outstanding leadership, dedication to cultural awareness of the African diaspora, and a commitment to higher education for students. I am thrilled that this year's recipient is Anaya Baker. Anaya, please join me on stage. Anaya is a dedicated second-year student leader from Baltimore City who is committed to advocacy, community building, policy reform, and student support. She is Vice President of Public Relations for the Black Student Union and an inducted NAACP member. As a resident assistant and open house student tour guide, she provides mentorship and guidance to first-year students, supports their academic and personal development, connects them with key resources, and ensures a safe and engaged residential community through programming and emergency response support. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the J. Otis Williams Cultural Leadership Award, Anaya Baker. The Loving Award is named in honor of Mildred and Richard Loving for their bravery and perseverance in invalidating miscegenation laws via the landmark Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. This award is presented to a member of the university undergraduate community who has demonstrated a significant and ongoing commitment to multiracial and cross-cultural causes and communities. This year's award recipient is Valeska Zita. I'd like to invite her to join me here on stage. Valeska Zita is a chemistry major with a 3.8 GPA and a minor in Chinese. She serves as the president of the Multiracial Student Union, conducts biomedical research through NIH programs, and enjoys building inclusive campus communities while advancing scientific inquiry and cross-cultural engagement. Quoting from our award recipient's application, "Perhaps the most meaningful impact of this leadership experience has been watching other students begin to explore and express parts of their identities they once struggled to articulate, just as I once did. Many students arrive unsure whether there is a place for them within cultural organizations or conversations about race. Through MSU, we work to ensure that multiracial students know their experiences are valid, valued, and shared. Leading this organization has helped me grow not only as a leader, but also in my own sense of identity. What began as a personal search for understanding has become a commitment to building spaces where others can undertake that same journey. Moving forward, my goal is to continue strengthening the leadership structure of the Multiracial Student Union so it remains a lasting resource for future students navigating the complexities of multiracial identity. Congratulations, Valeska Zita.
Good evening. Several months ago, student organizations, deans, directors, department heads, and faculty members were invited to nominate outstanding graduate students for the Distinguished Service Award. The response was overwhelming. Campus citizens were eager to laud the accomplishments of countless graduate students in the areas of scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service. As the criteria for this prestigious award were considered, the Selection Review Committee recommended looking at the merits of this award separately for master's and doctoral level students. Hence, we will recognize 2 recipients of the Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award this year. And here are our finalists. I invite each finalist to come to the stage as I recognize you. Taiwo Alawode. Taiwo is a first-generation PhD candidate in environmental health from Oyo State, Nigeria. She is passionate about advancing public and global health and deeply committed to service. As the founder of the youth-led NGO Next Gen Public Health Advocacy Initiative, Taiwo empowers underserved communities through advocacy, education, and sustainable health initiatives that promote equity, awareness, and long-term well-being. A highly motivated and service-oriented scientist, she is dedicated to advancing public health and creating meaningful, community-centered impact. Kenny Coronel. Kenny is a first-generation Indigenous Latina from North Charleston, South Carolina, and a master's student in student affairs here at the university. Her work focuses on leadership development, access, and persistence, especially for students from mixed status families and marginalized communities, centering equity, identity, and culturally responsive support systems. Anna Grigoreva. Anna is from Moscow, Russia. She studies inequality in technological access within higher education. With an interdisciplinary background in peace education, sociology, and academic diplomacy, she brings a global perspective. Anna also has professional experience in international admissions and student leadership development here at the university, supporting diverse student populations. Julian Livingston. Yes, you've heard that name before. Julian, come on back. Julian is a first-year master's student in higher education at the university and a graduate assistant in multicultural involvement and community advocacy. A University at Buffalo graduate with a BA in psychology, he is from Waterbury, Connecticut, and is passionate about supporting student engagement, belonging, and inclusive campus environments. His dedication to service, collaborative leadership, and commitment to fostering meaningful cross-cultural education make him an exceptional representative of the values this award seeks to honor. Meg Smolinski. I don't believe Meg is here tonight, but Meg serves as outreach coordinator for the University of Maryland's Arboretum and Botanical Gardens and is an alumna of the Institute of Applied Agriculture. She is pursuing a master's degree in extension education and is a board-certified master arborist. Originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, she is passionate about environmental education. Let's congratulate Meg in absentia. Finally, Manuel Terán Hernandez. Manuel is a first-year doctoral student in counseling psychology here at the university. Raised in Northeast Los Angeles by Mexican immigrant parents, he is a first-generation UC Irvine graduate. His research and clinical work examine intersectionality, cultural values, coping, and health disparities within Latina queer communities and mental health outcomes. Please join me in celebrating the accomplishments of these outstanding graduate student leaders. The recipient of the Master's Level Award was nominated with the following words: "This recipient has demonstrated a remarkable commitment to scholarship, leadership, involvement, and service, even in circumstances requiring exceptional adaptability and resolve. He approaches his work with professionalism, thoughtfulness, and a deep service-oriented mindset, leading campus-wide Heritage Month initiatives that foster meaningful engagement and a deeper sense of belonging across the university community." Please join me in congratulating the 2026 winner, the master's level of the Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Julian Livingston. Okay, I'm going to have all of the other folks shift over here. It's like a little dance. It's great. Julie, did you have any words? Now, for the doctoral level Distinguished Service Award. The doctoral students nominator said, "This recipient exemplifies the spirit of distinguished service through her exceptional leadership, commitment to community engagement, and ability to translate research into meaningful public health impact. From leading community-based research along the Anacostia River to founding a youth-led global health initiative, she consistently bridges science and service. Her work reflects a deep dedication to improving health outcomes and empowering communities locally and globally." Congratulations to the 2026 winner at the doctoral level of the Graduate Student Distinguished Service Award, Taiwo Alawode. Let's congratulate our finalists and our winners.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to do my part. Couple things. Mother's Day is next Sunday. Now, I tell you that because some of you are mothers that are here. And I tell you that this is the cheap way to give your mother a gift. And that is, take her the flowers. These flowers are ready for the taking tonight. So spy them, look the others in the table in the eye and say, mine. Take your flowers, whether they're for your mother or for your own place to just make it through the last papers and exams. The flowers are for the taking. One more piece of gratitude for the folks in dining services who made the food, who prepared the food, delivered the food, and served the food. Can we thank them with our applause? I would also like to thank the folks in event and guest services in the stamp. I don't know if you know this, but students are setup crew, and a lot of them don't go to Reckwell or Epley because throwing chairs and tables is equal to any weightlifting activity. So we are so grateful to them for setting this and for our friends for doing all the sound and lights. And then thank you to Cheek to Cheek. 24 years of playing at this event, and they think they're ready to retire. So we want to thank them for their final performance and thank them. Look at that, there was a gasp in the audience. They're going to do a show in Xfinity for you next year. But thank you to all of you for your music and your love. These last awards are presented by President Pines, who really is one of those people that is the smartest, kindest, and one of the most fearless people I know. And it's also presented by Patty Perillo, who you met earlier, the Vice President for Student Affairs, who takes great joy in reading the stories.
Thank you. So I began this evening by letting all of us know that Marcia has been the gracious host and MC of this award ceremony for 25 years. And tonight we're especially honored to celebrate an extraordinary milestone. After 44 years of dedicated service to the University of Maryland, Dr. Marcia Ginsler Stevens is retiring, leaving a legacy. I know. Whew, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Leaving a legacy that shaped generations of students and the very heart of campus life. In recognition of her remarkable impact, we are proud to introduce a new honor, the Terrapin Leadership with Heart Award. This award reflects the qualities Marcia has modeled throughout her career: kindness, humility, care, love, thoughtfulness, graciousness, and a deep commitment to building community. And it is only fitting that the first presentation of this award is made to Marcia herself. So beginning next year, it will continue in her name, recognizing student leaders who carry forward her spirit and her example. Tonight, we celebrate Marcia's legacy with gratitude and will ensure it lives on through this award for years to come. And I wonder which one of you students in the audience tonight may be the first student recipient next year. So we have come to the last series of awards for the evening. Each year, the finalists for the Wilson H. Elkins Award and the UMD Model Citizen Award combine to form the Maryland Medallion Society. This prestigious group showcases the talents of 20 of the brightest and most capable of the university's undergraduate student leaders. Together, these individuals boast an exceptional cumulative GPA, leaders in the classroom and in countless student organizations. These 20 individuals have enlivened our university. Their leadership legacy seems to know no bounds. As I introduce each finalist, I invite you to join me on the stage. President Pines will present you with the Maryland Medallion Award and an actual medallion. So I know that our first Maryland Medallion recipient is not with us tonight, but I just want to lift up his name, Matthew Ujoda. Matthew's not with us tonight. Ishan Antani is a Banneker Key Scholar majoring in cell biology and genetics and has served as drumline section leader for the Mighty Sounds of Maryland Marching Band, recovery leader for the Food Recovery Network, and teaching assistant to the Integrated Life Science Honors College. Ishan aspires to attend medical school after graduation. Eileen Chen. Eileen is a dual degree student studying finance and information science systems at the Robert H. Smith School of Business. Through her work with the Center for Social Value Creation and Leadership Roles, she has advanced sustainability, experiential learning, and student advocacy aligned with UMD's mission to use business for good. Urshula Cheshlak is a dual degree student in finance and accounting from Kensington, Maryland. She serves as the experiential learning assistant for the Schwanwald Sports Medicine Management Program as a lead teaching assistant, while previously holding positions within the Interdisciplinary Business Honors Program, Women in Business Association, and Student Alumni Leadership Council. Manuel Alejandro Casturio, who we met earlier as the La Raza Unida recipient, is president of the Coalition of Latinx Student Organizations, vice president of Latinx Student Union, an undergraduate research assistant, teaching assistant, as well as a student assistant for the University of Maryland Libraries. Peter De La Leo. Peter is a senior economics, mathematics, and chemistry major, and if that's not enough, a history minor from Olney, Maryland. He worked for the College Park City Hall, Federal Trade Commission, and Maryland Department of Commerce, and is passionate about public service. He hopes to pursue a law degree and career in international public law. Jasmine Flores. Jasmine is graduating with a BA in Public Policy focused on family law. She serves primarily in the Student Government Association, University Student Judiciary, University Senate, and as a student ambassador. Beyond campus, she's pursued public service through Congress, the Maryland General Assembly, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and nonprofit work. Shulamit Frankel. Julie is a familiar face from earlier this evening. This criminology and criminal justice student is a global fellow, executive board member of KEDMA, teaching assistant, researcher, and active in the Student Government Association, having served in multiple roles to include the parliamentarian, director of student affairs, as well as member of several committees. Julie plans to attend law school and pursue a career in child advocacy. Gabrielle Hester. Gabrielle is an immersive media design major from Rockville, Maryland, and a leader in design, advocacy, and student life at Maryland. This RA has held roles at the Honors College C, Hack for Impact, Startup Shell, Technica, and Veritas Short Film Club. She's co-founder of the Pedal Project, a 6-week campaign combating relationship abuse in young adults. Maha Edstasy. Maha is a neuroscience and human development student and a nationally certified emergency medical technician. She serves as an AMS sergeant, conducts emergency medicine research at Children's National Hospital, and advocates for mental health through leadership and community initiatives focused on service, healthcare access, and mentorship. Ela Jalil. And we met Ela earlier this evening. This Potomac ODK Leader of the Year is pursuing a dual degree in journalism and philosophy, politics, and economics. Some of her involvements include Omicron Delta Kappa, the Diamondback, Images, Global Fellows, Stories Beneath the Shell, Alpha Phi Omega, and the Honors College Program. After graduation, she will be interning as the Investigative Reporting Workshop and Washington Post and hopes to become a business data journalist. Siley Korjukar. Siley is a public health science student and student leader committed to advancing health equity. Through research, policy work, and community initiatives, she works to improve access to care and plans to pursue a career in medicine. Rohita Krishna Kumar, who we met earlier tonight as well, the C president, who just held a concert with 10,000 people, as Marcia said, and the Adele H. Stamp Memorial Award recipient, is a teaching assistant, treasurer for the Hindu Student Council, historian for the UMD Parliamentary Debate Team, member of Omicron Delta Kappa, Stamp Advisory Board, and vice president for Student Affairs Student Advisory Council. Jeffrey Lynn. Jeffrey is majoring in cell biology and genetics with an interest in pursuing medicine. She is passionate about student advocacy and creating supportive campus communities. Through leadership roles, she empowers others to navigate challenges and thrive. She hopes to continue this work after graduation by serving marginalized communities and advancing health equity. Rania Markov. Rania is pursuing a double degree in public policy and technology and information design. She previously served as president of the Panhellenic Association and now leads Order of Omega. She is a public policy ambassador, a member of Delta Phi Epsilon and Omicron Delta Kappa, and a former health justice representative. Druvak Marani. Druvak serves as the SGA president, our student government president, and a member of the University Systems Board of Regents, appointed by Governor Moore. He is a 2025 Truman Scholar and a 2026 Marshall Scholar. Druvak previously served as student liaison to College Park City Council, where he helped create a first-of-its-kind housing assistance program. Naomi Nicholas, another familiar face. This English literature and language major with a history minor is treasurer of Black Pre-Law Association, service chair of Black Girls Vote, vice president of the National Panhellenic Council, and financial secretary of Eta Beta chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. Naomi is also a member of the Black Honors Caucus and Black Political Society, as well as an active community volunteer. Sean Smith. Sean is a senior majoring in business management at the Robert H. Smith School of Business. He is president of the National Panhellenic Council, co-president of the Black Student Business Association, and Financial Power Project chair for the Student Success Leadership Council. Sean serves on the Belonging and Advocacy Council and Smith Undergraduate Student Association. Emma Steinhaus. Emma is a senior studying operations management and business analytics. She has led student organizations, supported campus dialogue, and worked to build inclusive, values-driven communities. She strives to lead with integrity, empathy, and accountability while creating spaces where others feel heard, supported, and valued. Anna Tovchi-Grichko. Anna is a double major in psychology and criminology and criminal justice from Olney, Maryland. She's a member of the Honors Humanities and Criminology and Criminal Justice Honors programs and researches the developmental and social impacts of parental incarceration in the psychology and CCJS departments. She's a research assistant at the Restoring Hope Lab. Anna is the founder and president of the Do Good fund-winning Unlocked Project, where she facilitates peer support groups and advocacy efforts for students impacted by familial incarceration. Are these students extraordinary or what? Join me in honoring all of them. Congrats to all of you. So now we'll name the Wilson H. Elkins Award recipient. All members of the Maryland Medallion Society are eligible for the Wilson H. Elkins Citizenship Award. This honor is presented annually to a senior who displays outstanding involvement and leadership in campus activities and who has contributed significantly to the general advancement of student affairs. The award is named for University of President Wilkins Elkins, who served from 1954 to 1978. It's 24 years. You're going to serve as president for 24? No. Having already introduced you to each of the finalists for this award, I introduce our award winner by reading from this individual's essay, and I quote, "There's a through line that connects every role and services I've contributed. I've always been drawn to spaces where I felt something was missing, and most fulfilled when I was the person willing to build it. As I arrived as a freshman, what I didn't know is that this passion would also be the thing that saved me and my mental health. My leadership at Maryland has been many things. I've designed brands, built organizations, created spaces that the previous version of myself would have needed the most. And knowing that the communities which once held me together, are now, through my work, holding someone else, is the most profound thing my time at this university has given me. Won't you join me in congratulating the recipient of the 2026 Wilson H. Elkins Award, Gabrielle Hester. Congratulations.
I didn't prepare anything. Sorry. Yeah, I'm really grateful. College was really, really hard, guys, like for real. But the best part of college has been creating the spaces, like I said in my essay. And, you know, like, sorry, I don't remember anything, I'm sorry. But these spaces have really, really been the thing that have saved me, especially with the Petal Project going through a really harmful relationship, and now being able to have crafted this space that has allowed me to help, like, the freshman version of me that has come so far to where I am now. It has meant so much, and to be recognized for that is really, really important. So I'm just really grateful that all the people here were able to recognize me for that and see the work that I put in. And I'm just so immensely grateful for this school and how much it's built me and allowed me to be the person that I am today. So thank you so much.
Can you get a photo, okay?
Yes.
And now, the University of Maryland Model Citizen Prize is the most prestigious university award presented to 2 members of the graduating senior class who, during their collegiate career, have most nearly typified the model citizen and have contributed significantly to the general advancement of the interests of the university. By the generous donation from an anonymous Model Citizen Prize alumni benefactor, each Model Citizen Prize recipient will receive a $1,000 honorarium. All members of the Maryland Medallion Society are finalists for this honor. I will read to you from one of our first recipients' essays. I also lead by example. I invite my classmates to study groups, host Sabbath meals, join interfaith events, and do community service. Through these efforts, I have used my leadership and everyday activities to uplift others and create opportunities for friendship, mentorship, and connection at the University of Maryland and beyond. I intend to bring my passion for positive change and community building to every stage of my life. The advocacy skills I have learned at the University of Maryland have profoundly influenced my intended career to become a dispute mediator, and these skills will continue to help me foster conversation and collaboration across differences. The University of Maryland has permanently changed who I am and how I will help and support others. You, Shulamit Frankel, have left your mark on this campus through your leadership and commitment to countless people and groups that you count as a friend and a role model. Won't you join me in celebrating Shulamit Frankel for this award? Congratulations, Shulamit. Can you say a few words?
Thank you so much. It's truly an honor. I most want to thank the student leaders standing behind me, the student leaders sitting in front of me, and the student leaders that have come before me. It is because of you that I'm empowered to do what I've been able to do on this campus. And I'm so grateful. Also, a huge, huge shout out to Marcia. You have done so much to support students like me for the past 44 years, and I don't know what we'll do without you, but I know that this university is in good hands with everybody in this room. So thank you so much.
You're awesome. Let's step out a little bit. Our second recipient of the UMD Model Citizen Prize has this to say, reading from the recipient's application, and I quote, "My leadership at the University of Maryland has centered on advancing student interests through advocacy, policy, and representation at both the campus and state levels. Throughout my time at Maryland, I've worked to elevate student voices in spaces where decisions are made, from city government to the University System of Maryland, ensuring they are not only represented, but meaningfully included in shaping their environment. By fostering collaboration across campus and community partners, I've sought to turn student engagement into tangible outcomes that strengthen both the university and broader community." Our second 2026 UMD Model Citizen Prize recipient is Druvak Marani.
Wow, thank you. I'm so grateful to this university for everything it has offered me, every opportunity to serve my peers. A few months ago, one of my friends in my Truman cohort, her name is Sam, and she's one of the most brilliant people I know, wrote an article about change and reflected about how her family and her grandparents could never have imagined the rooms she's gotten to experience while in college. And she wrote this line that I've been thinking about a lot these past few weeks as we've been leading up towards commencement. She said, "We stand on the shoulders of giants, but we also stand on the shoulders of so many regular people." And I think people have really made UMD everything it is. And I'm indebted to everyone whom I've crossed paths with over the past 4 years. And in fact, that includes so many of the people standing right here as well. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much.
We're going to invite everyone to stay on stage, and Marcia's going to come up to the podium to close out the evening with us.
I was just going to tell you, stay. All right. So we come to the end of the evening. Look at your watches. 7:30. And you met some pretty, well, 7:40 actually, but you met some pretty amazing people tonight. Can we give one hand to not only these leaders, but the ones sitting amongst you? Don't forget, you may have a roommate who needs flowers to just make it through that thesis tonight. But I invite you to wait this group, because Ty's going to really work it to get you all in one big family photo. But the other piece that I would say is take pictures before you go and say what you need to say to the people you love, because they got you here. And then for you, friends, particularly those of you who are going to graduate, be brave. Be resilient. We know you can do that. Be generous with others, but especially with yourself. And be on your way into the world to make us proud, because we know you will. You already have. So thank you so much for coming to support these extraordinary people. Thank you for being part of our community. Good evening.